What's up? What's up? What's happening, family? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? Once again, you're here with your boy Bam Bam Belly on, one of Watt's three sons. Continue to stand 10 toes down on them 10-fold grounds, representing East Side ours, because the East Side is ours. Yo, drum major for justice, because there is no justice for just us. So somebody got to get out here and try to do something to make it happen, right? Coming at you one more time, one more again, to talk about what's up, what's happening, and what's going on, baby. Giving all praises to the Most High God, that we are all breathing, still breathing, and have the opportunity to try to get it right. Someone needs you to try to get it right. Get up and do your part to try to make the world a little better that you're going to leave your kids in one day. Don't criticize if you're not going to advise. Shut the fuck up. Sit your ass something down somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Yo. Giving all shouts out to all four corners of the East Side Watts, all the fellas and folks out there doing that work, putting in that work. I want to say peace be upon our beloved sister, Asada Shakur. Everybody know we lost Ashada. So we going to be giving all praises to the Most High God for letting us have her, as well as our big sister Kathy back in Watts, man. We lost Mama Kathy. Losing a lot of good folks this year, man. A lot of good people, man. But you know, sometimes God picks the flowers, if you know what I mean. That being said, man, what's going on in California, man? What's going on in California? What is up with the bullshit? I mean, you know, I represent Eastside Watts, but you know, it's in California. Not liking what I'm hearing, man. We finna get off into it, man. We gotta check out these videos. I'm trying to put y'all up. Like I just try to put everybody up in the community meeting about this Assembly Bill 495. If y'all don't know about it, 495. Yeah, man. They wanna basically, you know, make it legal to just walk up in the building and take your kids, man. Yes, indeedy. We're going to get off into the videos about it because, hey, what's up? What's going on? I need a better understanding of this. And my job is to make sure that my folks is getting the best understanding of this. But, yeah, man, dealing with all this child trafficking in California in particular, all around the world, all around the country, they say it's one of the biggest businesses now, man. So, yeah, just like that. This ain't nothing new, because nothing new is, there's nothing new under the sun. You understand? So, let's get off into it. What's going on, man, as the phoenix rises from its ashes, man. We are the town of the riot, the town of the rebellion, the town of the motherfucking fire. Phoenix spreading them wings and that big old W, man, of fire. Yeah, that's Eastside Watts, baby. Love that logo there. But yeah, let's get off into these videos, man. I want to show y'all what I've come across.
Like when I left Fox.
What I've learned, because I want to make sure that y'all know what I know. Y'all recognize this young lady, but some of the other folks might. That's Shirley Temple, man. Let's hear what she got to say. Let's go off into it, yeah? Let's get off into it, yeah?
I went to MGM for one picture. Thank goodness, only one. And when I got there with my mother, we were separated. She went into the office of Louis B. Mayer, and I went into the office of Arthur Freed. And he was going to talk to me about a movie he wanted to put me in. I'm 12 years old, you know. And I thought he was a producer, but instead he was an exhibitor. And I'd never seen anyone naked before, except myself. So I had no clue about what was happening. And so it struck me so funny, I laughed at him. And I laughed uproariously. I had tears, you know, and he got infuriated. And he said, out, 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 go.
Did you tell your mother?
Well, I was very quiet. I went down and met her in the lobby of the administration building. She came out very quietly from Louis B. Mayer's office. And we walked hand in hand silently to the car, which was unusual. We got in the car driving home. I said, Mom, you won't believe what happened to me. And I told her what happened, and she got kind of quiet. And she said, well, you don't know what happened to me. And Louis Louis B. Mayer wasn't as bad as Freed was to me.
Have you tried
but
it?
He came on to my mother. And so we both decided that we didn't like MGM much. It was, you know.
Listen to that. She was 12 years old. This is young Shirley. This is Miss Shirley Temple, one of the first internationally known child stars in the history of Jollywood. You know, where they get their jollies on. Child actors have come with a stigma, don't they? A lot of stuff about child actors getting abused nowadays, don't we? This is her telling her story, and look, she's laughing it off, and they're both laughing. But y'all all know this ain't funny. You understand? I'm showing this clip to break into the stories because this is not new. It's not new. She come from the time where Hollywood was getting its start. You heard the names that she named. Let's get to the next video.
We're on our way to Jeffrey Epstein's infamous private island, the notorious Caribbean hideaway where Epstein trafficked and sexually abused teenage girls is back in the spotlight. This boat captain, Guy Dom, ferried Epstein to and from the island.
There was a time I took Jeffrey Epstein's party of 4 out here to the island, and it's basically a woman about his age and a couple of girls that looked like they were 13, 14, maybe 15 years old, sisters. And I dropped them off, didn't think anything of it.
Guy Dom says at the time he assumed that the passengers were Epstein's wife and kids. It wasn't until later that he learned Epstein didn't have a family.
It dawned on me, if those aren't his kids, maybe those were victims.
He gave us a tour of the island, which is just a 10-minute boat ride from St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands.
Up on the hill here, we see Jeffrey Epstein's bedroom. Part of the bedroom has a desk in it so he could do work in there.
He shared this video with us he took inside of Epstein's bedroom. There's his desk and bed. And look at this. For some reason, he even had an office meant for an eye doctor. The island is now owned by a billionaire investor who bought it 2 years ago for $60 million. He reportedly plans to turn it into a luxury 25-room resort, which...
And ain't nothing gonna change. 25-room resort. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all know damn well y'all just gonna get it back cracking in that mother. Ain't nobody stupid.
Explains the presence of all those workers. A temple that Epstein built at the top of the island has been boarded up and painted over. When Inside Edition producer Will Evans tried to speak to the workers, they didn't have anything to say.
We're just curious what's going on with the island. Are you guys doing renovations, upkeep? What's going on?
This patrol boat started tailing us.
They started following us when we left, and they really don't seem to want us around.
Epstein Island, a place that this boat captain would rather forget.
The longer I think about it, the more I realize I probably helped him commit a crime.
You think? Perhaps? Maybe? Y'all didn't all seen those photos of all those celebrities with that man who's quote unquote so-called unalived himself. Bullshit. Or should I say just Boulder Dash? How's that? Man, on some real shit, man. They think that everybody just believe anything nowadays. Now, we know that the elites are all into this whole craziness. It wasn't just him. Let's say you seen the pictures of all the folks. Imagine all the people that was there that you didn't see photos of. Look at all the stuff they said about Diddy. Look at all the people, all the celebrities you seen hanging out with him. This stuff is not new. But we want to talk about California and what the fuck is going on in Cali. Let's get into it.
And a follow-up to a bill proposed by Bakersfield State Senator Shannon Grove to classify child sex trafficking as a serious felony in California. Since it was first introduced, SB 14 was killed, only to then be brought back to life after intense backlash. Yesterday, it finally went before the Assembly Appropriations Committee in Sacramento. But it could still be a few more weeks until members decide how to move forward with this bill. Opponents have concerns it could lead to victims who may have been forced to cooperate with their traffickers to also end up behind bars. But Grove says she does not believe that the bill needs any amendments.
That is a legitimate concern. That is a legitimate concern. If you're going to pass a new bill to make harsher punishments, you don't want to mess around and end up putting people in a position where victims could be come up as victims of this law. You understand? They'll get victimized twice. Can you dig it? Thing about it is that is legitimate gripe, but I believe that was just to stand down while they got ready to get other stuff in order. Let's keep listening.
The committee is expected to formally decide whether to kill the bill or to allow it to move forward on September 1st.
Senate Bill 14 will help us put traffickers behind bars. We are going to continue to be a voice for the voiceless. We're not stopping. We're putting traffickers on notice that we're coming for you. You will not get to continue to traffic our children or adults. You're on notice that you will be going to jail and you will be serving longer sentences.
Yes, because apparently before this bill, sex traffickers just didn't get in a lot of trouble. Let's keep listening.
The California Assembly Committee on Public Safety just blocked a bill that could have made sex trafficking of minors a serious felony, a crime eligible for penalties under California's 3 strikes law.
Today, they blocked our children from being saved.
Odessa Perkins is a human trafficking survivor. She was forced into that horrific world at a very
You can also amend it afterwards, You understand? But they kept blocking this. They didn't want to make it more serious penalties for sex trafficking in California. Just pay attention to that.
young age. Odessa doesn't sugarcoat what happens to children who are trafficked.
This child, their innocence, can be stolen 100 times a day. Then the next day they have to wake up and it can be stolen another 100 times that day. And for those kids who do get out 2, 3, 4 years from now, how many bodies have been on top of their innocent, young, small body?
Real talk, man, that's extremely traumatizing. I mean, recovering from that, hey, that's gonna take a while, yo. I believe that's crazy.
That's how important it is to combat human trafficking.
Odessa, along with other human trafficking survivors, went to Sacramento to show their support for Senate Bill 14. But the outcome is not what they expected.
Why are you against something that could save children?
Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar business and the subject of the new movie, Sound of Freedom.
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
California ranks number
It's growing faster than drugs and everything else. Trafficking these kids, sex trafficking children, dude. This is crazy.
International crime network that the world has ever seen.
California ranks number 1 in the nation for reported cases of human trafficking. That's why
California ranks number 1.
Grove of the 12th district.
Did you hear that? California ranks number 1 in the country for trafficking children. And they were struggling to pass this bill for some reason. California ranks number 1. Let's remember that. I hope y'all taking notes. Remember that.
Authored SB 14.
The leader of the Public Safety Committee, Reggie Jones Sawyer, led the charge to kill this bill.
Reggie Jones Sawyer, who is running for Mark Ridley Thomas's LA City Council seat, issued a statement that says in part, SB 14 makes no new corrective actions or enhancement to laws already in place. This bill needs considerable work and granted reconsideration.
It makes 0 sense to me that you would not support a bill that would put somebody behind bars who sells our children for sex, minor children.
For survivors like Odessa Perkins, today's decision is flat out wrong.
Because it's public, the traffickers are going to know this as well. Oh, we still got time. We still can do what we do. We still are going to continue to make money selling these kids. That's what they just gave the traffickers.
In real talk, this is really happening in Cali. I seen it firsthand, man. And all them cats, I don't want to say no neighborhood, say no names, but they know who it is. And everybody who know me, I know where I worked at. Seen it, man, firsthand. I'm saying, them was, some of them girls was children. Understand? Long Beach Boulevard, y'all know what's up. Century Boulevard, Western, y'all know what's up. I know what's going on out there. Fig is old news.
Currently, human trafficking is considered a non-serious crime here in California.
A non-serious crime in California. You heard what she said? Did you hear that? She said children trafficking is considered let's play that one more time.
A non-serious crime here in California. Currently, human trafficking is considered a non-serious crime here in California. It really is unbelievable. But Senator Grove says that she will not give up on the victims. She will
Children trafficking is considered a non-serious crime in California. Y'all just seen a video of Shirley Temple, the first internationally world-known superstar child actor in the history of Jollywood, tell you how they came at her. That was just one story. California, man, what the fuck?
continue to fight. But Alex, Christine, this particular bill will probably not see the light again for another year, if at all.
Our top story tonight, just months after it was killed and then brought back to life, the Assembly today unanimously passed Bakersfield Senator Shannon Grove's bill to classify child sex trafficking as a serious felony in the state of California.
All of a sudden, it was unanimous. All of a sudden. Now, they shot it down a few times. All of a sudden, unanimously passed. Unanimous. I mean, every state assemblyman voted yes.
Some lawmakers cheered after all 80 members of the Assembly voted to approve SB 14. The bill not only seeks to classify child sex trafficking as a serious felony in our state.
All 80. And they all have a change of heart just because of that one amendment that needed to be made. Or did they all have a change of heart because of something else? Everything is always more than meets the eye in the United Snakes of Amnesia, I reckon.
State, but would categorize it under the state's 3 strikes law for reoffenders. That could lead to increased jail time for convicted traffickers.
It's damn time we start doing something and we really mean it. I'm so sick and tired of sitting up and standing up here and watching you guys put the victim last. It's time we actually support them and our voices stand up for them.
The policy conversations that existed around this legislation are not over, are important, are necessary, and I would strongly encourage this body to think very, very carefully before we go down a pathway where the criminal legal system becomes the answer for poverty, exploitation, the failing of our children, and the failing of entire communities.
The bill passed after an amendment was added to address concerns that victims who may have been forced to cooperate with their traffickers could also end up prosecuted and behind bars. The legislation now goes to the Senate. If it passes there, it will make it to the governor's desk.
And from what I understand, Governor Nuisance, he signed it September 25th, 2023, I believe. So he went ahead and signed this. So this has been signed. Senate Bill 14. So there are stricter penalties for trafficking children in a state that does the most trafficking of children in all of the United Snakes of Amnesia, right? Let's go to the next video.
A bill making its way through Sacramento is now drawing some sharp criticism from parents and school board members here in San Diego. NBC7's Shelby Bremer has more on what AB 495 does and doesn't do.
There's some controversy brewing over a piece of legislation aimed at addressing what to do when families are separated by immigration enforcement. At issue is a form called a caregiver's affidavit, which has been around for a while but is now sparking some pushback. Parents and critics of Assembly Bill 495 gathered outside San Diego Unified School District's headquarters to make their opposition known.
This is ridiculous. This is putting our kids at risk.
Some school board members in East County, Lakeside, Santee, El Cajon, are doing the same.
Where are the safeguards for bad actors?
In response to heightened immigration enforcement, the bill would expand the legal definition of who's a caregiver to include people like family friends or mentors. They would be authorized to enroll children in school and consent to their medical care with an affidavit. In the event of a parent's detention or deportation, like the father ICE arrested outside Linda Vista Elementary last week.
Often, when a parent is taken without warning, children are left completely alone, vulnerable, and unprotected.
The bill's author says it would encourage families to make a plan. Supporters say it has nothing to do with policies schools already have on who can pick kids up, usually emergency contacts.
Caregivers affidavit don't talk.
That's right. There's already an emergency contact for children in situations like this should they happen. Why is there a need for a new bill? Why is there a need for this new process? You could put as many names on that emergency contact as you want. They can go down the list. This doesn't look necessary. Keep listening.
Talk about custody. They don't, in fact, transfer custody in any sort of way. They don't give anyone guardianship, and they don't allow somebody to pick a child up from school.
Still, opponents in East County say they want more guardrails.
I would suggest that all parents submit a list of pre-approved people to the school district right now. Today.
But that's already been done on your emergency contact. You have a list, brothers, sisters, relatives, confidants, mentors, friends of the freaking family. Let's keep listening.
But those supporting the measure say, facing mass deportations, something must be done.
If this administration is going to keep tearing families apart, then the least those in power can do is make sure children are not left in the dark, scared, abandoned.
That is a bullshit excuse. This document does not have no real guidance, no real supervision. There's nothing official that has to be done on no level.
And forgotten.
AB 495 is currently in the Senate suspense file, basically on pause as it awaits another hearing. From University Heights, Shelby Bremer.
Not anymore. It's on the governor's desk right now, ladies and gentlemen. I found that out yesterday at a community meeting. Shouts out to Barbara Calhoun, our Senate representative for our area, Watts. She put everybody up in the meeting, say, hey, y'all better call the governor's office. This is on Newsom's desk.
Hey everybody, quick update on Assembly Bill 495, the bill that is so wicked. So here it is. Everybody, be encouraged. When they heard about the rally, the bill was placed in suspense, or we'll just think of the word suspension. They took it out and they set it down. Doesn't mean it's over, but they begin to debate, talk about it, edit it. What do we need to do? Oh my goodness, look at that. They're going to have a rally. We don't like that kind of publicity. What do we do? It's going to sit in that situation of suspense or suspension until August 29th, when it either dies there and it's over, or a senator.
It did not die, ladies and gentlemen. It is on the governor's desk.
Brings it out and they talk about it. They do whatever they need to do about it, and they'll move it over to the governor's desk, and Newsom will either sign it into law or not. Just an update. Keep the pressure on your local elected official in Sacramento. Don't give up. We've only got a few hours, if you think about it, to keep the heat on. We want this bill to die, and we want to keep our eye on Sacramento so that such sick laws or legislation is never brought up again. But everybody, thank you for standing. Keep standing, and we will update you more. John Doe takes possession of the child. He goes away. The school, when mom and dad show up to the school to pick up the child, the school is under no obligation to tell even the parents the name of the individual that filled out the affidavit.
This is AB 495. You fill out an affidavit, you answer 8 questions, you can go to the school and just take possession of someone else's child. You don't have to be no relative, no kin, no nothing. You just heard what you said. The school has no obligation to inform the actual parent of who just came and basically confiscated their child. Now, they said more harsher punishments for trafficking of children in California, the state that has the most sex trafficking of children in the United States. They made harsher penalties. Now they done turned around and introduced a bill that's basically can license a sex trafficker to come and get your kid. Let's keep listening.
This is unheard of in America. It's been unheard of in California.
Controversy is brewing over a new California bill designed to protect children whose parents face immigration detention. The bill, AB 495, would let parents pick a temporary guardian for their children. This guardian could even be someone who isn't a relative. They could enroll the child in school. They could make medical decisions. The bill says parents' wishes should be followed, but caregivers acting in good faith are protected from liability, even if they don't know the parents' wishes. Some parents
They can make medical decisions concerning your child. Did you hear that? With one sheet of paper, 8 questions. All they got to do is check the box saying that they tried to contact you and could not. Listen to that. Authority over your child. What's stopping them from taking your kid to a whole nother part of the state? A whole nother city? Forget a city. What about taking them all the way up north? Taking them all the way down south to the borders? Nothing's stopping that from happening, right? They'll have the legal right. That document gives them the legal right, and nobody can. It'll be all legal.
parental rights groups are not happy. Pastor Jack Hibbs calls the bill dangerous. He says it has loopholes that could be abused. The California Family Council also has concerns, but supporters say the bill is crucial. The Alliance for Children's Rights says it helps families in crisis. The bill is now headed to a Senate committee, so the debate is just getting started.
What if the family is not in no kind of crisis? See that? What if a person just wants to download, print out that document because they want to go take your kid from you? Y'all not dating, y'all not together no more. Nah, they ain't none of their kid. It's your kid. But they feel like they got attached to the child. They can download this affidavit, print it out, fill it out, take it to his school, and take him out of the school. And the school is not under no obligations to tell you anything. That don't sound like a license to traffic children. Doesn't that sound like a license to try? Look, we know we said we sending people to pen from up to 25 years and we catch you sex trafficking. So I'll tell you what, fill out this affidavit and you won't have to worry about that. That's what it sounds like to me, man. Let's keep listening.
Hey, everybody, I need to bring something to your attention that's happening in California.
Listen very closely. Listen closely. This thing is on the governor's desk. The same governor that signed SB 107. We're going to get off into that one, too. Please listen.
Yeah. A new bill, Assembly Bill 495, has been introduced under the banner of compassion. But what if compassion is being used to hide a devastating threat to your family? Well, it was authored by Assemblywoman Celeste Rodriguez. AB 495 claims to protect children in immigrant families during times of crisis.
You're always saying something that's going to protect children when it turns out it actually could be more detrimental to the child than anything. I can't stand California bullshit ass sugarcoating. And the crazy part is the people in California are so stupid that they just, it's nothing wrong with it. It sounds like a good idea.
But we believe that this bill does something far more dangerous. It strips away parental rights. It bypasses court oversight. It creates a legal loophole that, as one attorney put it, is a kidnapper's dream. Here's what AB 495 actually does. It allows any adult with a so-called mentoring relationship with a child, or even with a relative of the child, to assume custody using a one-page form. No judge, no background check, no parental consent, not even notarization has to be presented. That adult then can enroll.
In other words, the person can be a sex offender. They could be on sex offenders list. They could be a convicted PDF file. You understand? You understand? And they can fill out this document and go pick up your child. Look, they don't have to even know you. They can just be done seeing your kid and ask another kid, hey, what's his name? And they, young babies, they usually tell you a kid's first and last name. That's all they would need. They could fill out this affidavit and go to the school, hand it to the school, say, I'm here to pick this child up. Try to contact their parent, but wasn't able to do it. Even if the school just seen the mother or father or pick the child up the day before, if this thing is made law, the school would have to submit. They're not even supposed to contact. There's nothing there saying that they have to contact the parent first to see, to check, to verify. This is crazy. The medical rights to your medical authority over your child. Your child's dwelling place, authority over that. Your child's school that they attend, authority over that. They could take your child to a whole nother part of the state and enroll them in school and everything. As long as they go into school, no big deal. And whatever else after that. Let's keep listening.
Enroll the child in school, consent to medical or mental health treatments, and even authorize
mental health treatments. Meaning, could put them on different kinds of antidepressants and behavioral medications and stuff. Something you may not believe in at all. Not to mention other things they may do that you may not believe in at all. Let's keep listening.
in school, consent to medical or mental health treatments, and even authorize sex trait modification procedures.
There we go.
Without the parent.
Did you hear that? Can even authorize sex changes of the child without the parent's consent.
Health treatments, and even authorize sex trait modification procedures without the parents even knowing. Attorney Erin Friday didn't mince words when she called AB 495 a child traffickers and kidnappers dream bill. She said there's no background check, no verification, no oversight, just a piece of paper, and presto, someone walks away with your child. And that's not an exaggeration, guys. Attorney Nicole Pearson weighed in on this, and she's represented immigrant families and trafficking victims, and has warned lawmakers that AB 495 uses legal terms pulled from foster care law, but skips all of the safeguards that come with it. So there's no home visits, there's no fingerprinting, no accountability.
No screening at all of this person that could just come take possession of could just come take custody of your child, man, legally.
Her words, she said that this bill is not about immigration. It is a license to take vulnerable children and make them disappear. And it's not just about immigrants. The language of AB 495 applies to any child for any reason. And that means your child.
Did you hear that? Any child for any reason. And that means yours. In California, they always been about taking, they love to take people's children. The Child Protective Services is guilty of losing thousands of children, not knowing where the kids went. I did not know this. Here it is. You come take the child from a home saying that house is unfit and not safe. And then you lose the child? That's the kind of shit that goes on, man. United Snakes of Amnesia. Hey, look, dude, there's no reason we should be trusting anything these people say. This is supposed to be about immigration, but here, you heard what the just said? That's not listed in the affidavit. It could be for any child for any reason. And all they got to do is say they couldn't get in touch with you. And that school can't refuse to give them the child. Or the school could face some kind of problem. Because this is going to be the law. It's on the governor's desk.
Under this bill, someone who isn't even related to you, who may not even know, could claim custody, take your child from school, and you wouldn't even be notified. Greg Burt of the
They ain't got to tell you shit.
California Family Council said it best. He said, compassion without guardrails is not mercy, it's madness. We all want to protect children in times of crisis, no doubt about that. But California already has legal pathways through the courts that do just that with safeguards in place. AB 495 removes those safeguards. It opens the door for predators, traffickers, and abusers, all under the illusion of helping families. So we need your...
Ooh, now let's go to the next video. Y'all heard all that, now listen to this.
New at 6 tonight, new legislation now headed to Governor Newsom's desk that would make California a refuge for transgender youth from conservative states. News Channel 3's Jake Ingrassia spoke to a co-sponsor of the bill and is live in studio now with more from local LGBTQ.
This is a state that want to take the children from other states and change their sex. California, man. D already signed this into law.
Few organizations, Jake.
And John, this comes amid a flurry of laws in other states around the country that would restrict access to transgender health care or even criminalize kids and their parents for seeking it.
This is a bill about saving lives.
Jacob Rostovsky, CEO of Pumps.
Shut up, bitch!
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, bitch! You don't get the fuck out of here. This ain't got nothing to do with saving no damn life. First thing these motherfuckers say, this is about saving lives and protecting some goddamn body. Y'all get the fuck out the hood with that weak shit. Anybody who believes that is just as delusional as you. Now think about everything that y'all just seen. They didn't want to pass no law penalizing people for child trafficking. They said that it was looked at as basically like a victimless crime almost. That's how they came off. This was looked at as a smaller crime in California. They didn't want to pass no laws to make stronger penalties. That barely made it through, and they claimed that it was because they didn't have nothing in there to protect the victims. Like I said, it could have been a minute later. Thing about it is they shot it down a couple of times. They went ahead and passed it. Right behind it comes with this AB 495. So there is stricter penalties if you get caught sex trafficking. You can get 3 strikes and get 25 to life if we catch you doing it. But if you fill out this affidavit under AB 495, if you fill out this affidavit, not only can you go take custody of the child legally, there will be no background check on you. You don't have to get the document notarized. The parent does not have to be notified. The school will have no obligation to notify the parent or give their verification at all. You could walk into a school, take custody of a kid because you claimed you tried to get in touch with their parent and couldn't. Walk out. Got legal authority over the kid's dwelling, got legal authority over the kid's school, enrollment in school, whatever school you choose, got legal authority over their medical in a state that tells children from other states, come here and we'll put you on hormones. This is crazy, man. Think about all that together, man. Honestly, God, think about all that.
Springs-based nonprofit QueerWorks says SB 107 is groundbreaking legislation. It's the new Refuge for Trans Kids bill that would protect out-of-state transgender youth from being prosecuted in their home state for seeking gender-affirming care.
In other words, California is getting in the business of other fucking states. They pushing this craziness. They pushing this shit on children so fucking hard. They saying if you ain't even from the state of California, we'll take your kids. And look, they'll take you. Look into this bill. Look into this bill. The state takes emergency custody over the child, and the parent has no rights once the child reaches California. Look into it. On top of that, you got AB 495. Anybody can take legal custody over a child with this document, so-called illegal, so-called emergency circumstances, for children whose parents are being deported or might be detained by ICE. But it don't just stop there. These people are crazy, dude.
Son started his transition when he was 11 years old.
Shut up, bitch! Shut up, bitch!
Decade ago.
Kathy Molig says she understands what it's like to be a parent without access to medical treatments for her son. Her San Diego-based organization,
shut up, bitch!
Yeah, your fucking son might have wanted to be a fucking dinosaur. Was you gonna get him transformed into that too? 11 years old, he probably still believed in Santa Claus. You talking about he started his These people are sick, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This is delusion. This is satanic. This is Sodom and Gomorrah. This is Greco-Roman Idumean bullshit is what the fuck it is, dude. Come from among them and be ye separated.
Trans Family Support Services has now served 3,000 trans people and their families and is a co-sponsor of SB 107.
For our families that live out of state, they are looking for places that they can come. And this bill will allow parents to make a choice of coming to California for their care without having to be concerned about any kind of legal ramifications from their own state.
So if you a stupid bitch that's on the same shit this bitch is on, and her husband don't agree and say, no, you're crazy, she could take the kid and just run to California. In other words, or the kid can just, hitchhike to California on their own or whatever. You understand? It's just like with that vaccine bullshit in California. All they need is one parent to say, okay, so you don't have to listen to you don't have to listen to him. You need to do this because he's not going to be able to go to school and he's not going to be able to enjoy certain programs if you don't let us inject him with chemicals that you have no idea what the fuck it is. Neither do we. That's California, man. That's on everything. That place is fucked up, dude. And everything starts there, man. I pray the thermonuclear missiles hit that place first. I'm keeping it 400.
That has criminalized this care.
States like Texas and more than a dozen others have taken measures to separate transgender children from their parents or threaten criminal prosecution for giving trans kids access to gender-affirming procedures or health care. A matter
all praises to the Most High God. What the fuck you supposed to do?
Oleg says can be life or death.
For our kids to be able to get access to care that helps them to align themselves with who they
shut up, bitch! Shut up, Meg. Shut up, bitch!
know themselves to be is suicide prevention.
Opponents of the legislation worry that children...
Did that bitch just say it's suicide prevention? Boy, I tell you.
California Governor Gavin Newsom has signed a bill declaring his state a sanctuary for childhood transgender surgeries. Democratic State Senator Scott Wiener authored the bill.
SB 107. And also, isolation is a form of gaslighting.
Did he say Senator Wiener? What the fuck? Wait a minute, what did I do? Let's stop. Somewhere else. He said Senator Wiener authored this bill.
When women isolate the kids, when the relationship don't go a certain way.
When I left Fox,
Now, coming back, let's get back to that video. So, boom, that's not it. We saw all of these. This is it. Boom, this is the last one we left off.
Has signed a bill declaring his state a sanctuary for childhood transgender surgeries. Democratic State Senator Scott Wiener authored the bill.
SB 107 is our trans state of refuge.
He just sound like a bitch, dude.
Shut up, bitch!
Motherfuckers, Scott Wiener, go get the fuck out of here.
Bill, which will ensure that trans kids and their families, if they do not feel safe in their state because of criminalization of the families of trans children, they can come to California.
While Wiener touts the bill as a win for parental rights, critics like Greg Burt of the California Family Council disagree.
Senator Wiener is acting like this is a bill to protect parental rights. And, so that's how he's portraying it. Yeah. But the bill would...
That's the same thing they said about that 495. It's to protect parental rights. but parents don't have no rights when it comes to it. It's to protect the children in case something happens to the parents, but parents have no say so. Did they sugarcoat this shit, man? They put whipped cream on a pile of fucking shit and tell you it's a sundae and expect you to believe them. Like you can't tell, like you don't know that's a pile of shit. Well, I tell you.
Also does if a minor makes it to California, even is brought here by someone who is not their custodial parent.
Like somebody who has a 495 affidavit and answered 8 questions and said they couldn't contact the parent. They'll have legal medical rights over the child to take the child. Do y'all see this shit?
California will allow the courts to take jurisdiction of their child temporarily so they can get these maiming treatments.
The bill
and the courts will take custody temporarily. They become a ward of the state so they can get these maiming procedures. This is some bullshit, dog. Put it all together, man. Put it all together.
Allows for a court to take temporary jurisdiction because a child has been unable to obtain gender-affirming health care, in its words. It also prohibits a court from considering the taking or retention of a child from a person who has legal custody of the child if the taking or retention was for obtaining gender-affirming health care or mental health care.
In other words, as a parent, you have no fucking say so. They're basically promoting children to run away from home. Come get you come over here. You get to say, Jay, that's what you want. Run away. Your parent don't support you. Your choice. Your parent don't support your decision. Run away from home. Once you get to California, we'll take care of it. And if you're a child and you want to run away from home, you can go to an adult and they can just print out that document and take custody over you. If you're 12 or 13 and you think that's what you might want to do and your parents don't agree. See, they want to take parents' rights away for this in the first place. They tried before to say parents can't. California was trying to say parents can't intervene if a child wants to do this. I believe that bill didn't make it. But here it is. It's a whole nother one. Just like you said, it's a loophole. That's what the kid want to do. All they got to do is go to you guys got that older grown person that help your child, while they do shit they ain't got no business. You can come and lay up over there, have sex, smoke, drink, whatever. They know you're a minor. They'll let you do all that at their house. That's all they got to do is have a friend like that. It's an adult. Print out that document, fill out the information, say that you try to contact their parent. You can't. They can stay there now. That my child ran away and he's at this house and I need the police to come and my child ain't got no business there. I want to take my child home. Oh, he has a document, ma'am. He's under Assembly Bill 495. He's legally able to keep your child here. But don't tell him what he's doing to my child. I understand that, man, but there's nothing we can do. It's technically what they saying with this, dog. I just wanted to put everybody up, man, in case you wasn't put up, man. Put y'all up on what's up, what's happening, and what's going on. Get this information out there, man. Hey, take the video, share it, like it, subscribe. Send it to all your loved ones, man. If you got minor kids in California, they need to see this and see what's being plotted, man. On me. So happy I ain't got no minor child in California. Some bullshit right there, man. I wish a motherfucker would. Go pick up my son out of a school and just take him. And if you want to, you can start putting him on hormones and trying to change his sex right now. Not to mention who else you could probably hand him over to who could just print out an affidavit and fill that out. And now they got the legal right. It's too open, too vague, man. On me. Hey, man. Appreciate y'all coming through and checking out the show, man. Once again, you've been here with your boy Bam Bam Belly on. Want to watch 3 Sons. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Because we live in a die, we die to live again. 360 degrees. Comprehend. Shouts out to the Grand Rebel Lives of Punk and Lesson, Brother Jay. Hey, man. This is serious shit, man. That's all we deal with over here. What's going on is some real shit that's affecting our people in a fucked up way, man. Tell y'all what, man. Like I said, share the video, man. Subscribe to the channel. Send it to all your peoples, man. If they if they're in Cali, they got kids in Cali, they need to know what's going on with this. That bill is sitting on Governor Newsom's desk. All he got to do is sign it. It's not in the House no more. It's not in the Assembly. It's not in the Senate no more. All of them have passed it already. These sick motherfuckers, it's like they all conspiring to create a legal way to take your children and do what they want with them. Just saying, man. Hey, man, until next time, man. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life. Like to shout out all my brothers for tuning into the show. Big Zoe up in there. My man Motor is up in the house. Big U out of Danella is in the house. And I see Big Healy, Brother Healy, the Healy twin is up in here too, dawg. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Shalom barakatah. Our day to all of God's chosen, man. I pray for y'all, man. And that y'all will be saved. This should be over in a minute, dude. This place is getting sicker as time go on. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Till next time, man. Shalom barakatah. Have a good night.